Social media captions are a great way to boost engagement on your posts and offer a lot of insight into your messaging, but writing them, well, is basically a science, an art and a science. Let's talk about how to write social media captions in today's video. First, I want to tell you about the 3 different types of content that you can be using to build trust, boost engagement, and generate cash flow. Then I want to tell you the things that you should consider before you even think about writing any captions for your social media posts that will end up being your best friend when creating any piece of content. Then I'll share with you the 3 key components for writing any effective and engaging social media caption. You ready? Let's get into it. So there are 3 different types of content that you can create to build trust with your audience and generate cash flow. There's discovery content, rapport building content, and the behind the scenes content. I like to describe this as they are moving towards more of the behind the scenes content, they're obviously warmer with your content. They feel like more intimate in that relationship with you. I discovered this when I was creating my value ladder. And your value ladder is your products and services from lowest price to highest price. I realized that the people that are coming into my value ladder at the lowest price point, the people that are, just starting to get to know me and they're starting to invest a little bit before they're willing to invest at high ticket prices, these are the people that are discovering me. These are the people that are discovering the solution that I provide to the problem that they have. So that's why I call it discovery content. They're exploring what it is you have to offer and exploring you as a person that they can know, like, and trust. Discovery content might be the ways that they find you for the first time. For example, maybe this YouTube video. I'd love to know. Tell me in the comments, did you find my content for the first time through YouTube, or did you find it for the first time through, a different platform? But YouTube is a really discovery-based platform because it's a search engine. People are, Googling or looking up on YouTube and finding content for the first time and finding these creators for the first time. So think about for you how you might be able to create discovery content that people are finding you for the first time and getting to know who you are and what you provide. Then we move into the second one, rapport building content. After they discover you and they get to know who you are, they go from being a little, cold to warmer. The intimacy in that relationship grows. They know who you are, the solution you provide, and now they're starting to build that trust and boost the engagement because they know you better now. They're more willing to respond. They're more willing to maybe follow you on other social media platforms or join your email list. When people find me through YouTube, the next thing they might do is join my email list or follow me on Instagram and be nurtured through my other content there, especially my email newsletter. I send out emails every week with sharing some of the strategies that we're working on and showing them other content that can continue to nurture that relationship. So think about for you, if someone is going to find you, discover you, how do you then want to build rapport with them? Whether it's through another platform, whether it's through lead magnets, whether it's through your Instagram account, how can you lead them towards building rapport and building more intimacy in your relationship? Then we move into the top tier, which is behind the scenes content. Now, I consider that if I'm going to watch someone else's behind the scenes content, this is someone that I'm interested in them enough to want to watch that. If I don't know who they are, why should I care about what their day-to-day life is like or what they do at home in their personal time? So for me, my behind the scenes content, where people are usually the most intimate with me, where I share the most intimate content and behind the scenes, is my Instagram stories or my podcast, where they are literally seeing, behind the scenes of today, for example. I had an Instagram story where I was sharing, hey guys, I'm filming for my YouTube channel. Make sure you go follow my YouTube for more of this content. And not only does it give them a glimpse at your personality and your life behind the scenes, but it also shows them what it might be like to work with you. So that behind the scenes content is a lot more intimate and can get people feeling really close with you. So out of these 3 different types of content, which one do you think you lean into the most right now? Let me know in the comments below. Now, before you even think about writing a post, there's 2 things that you need to know, and they might be really simple, but I have to hammer it home here because a lot of people will write content based on things that they think is interesting to them without thinking of what does your audience actually want or need from you that's going to build that relationship. So you need to know your customer avatar, aka who you're speaking to, and then you also need to know your voice. Don't copy someone else's writing style or content style. And what I've seen a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk wannabes, especially as he's grown more popular on YouTube and on social media, that his, aggressive speaking style is very captivating, but it doesn't mean that everyone needs to be like that. People just want you to be you. So if you know who you are and you have that self-awareness, just be you louder. So knowing all of that, of the different types of content that you can create and that you need to know yourself and know your audience, when you're writing your social media captions, I recommend starting it with a hook that leads into a story. I think of the social media content, or even think about maybe TV shows that you watch. Imagine that you're sitting down, you're about to watch a show, and this commercial comes on that just boom, right away captures your attention. Maybe it's through something funny, maybe it's through something scary, maybe it's through something sad that just evokes an emotion. How can you do that right at the top of your social media caption, that you hook them in? Maybe it's also through a question, especially now that you know your customer avatar and you know your voice. What's a question that maybe will capture their attention that, is a head turner or a scroll stopper that makes them think, oh yeah, I want to know the answer to that too, or I haven't thought about that before, or that's exactly what I was thinking. When you have that hook and can have it lead into a story, that's what's going to allow your audience to emotionally invest in you. The magic that happens when people emotionally invest is they're more likely to financially invest in you, meaning they'll become a raving audience member who's willing to refer you to their friends and family and is so eager to buy anything that you have to put out. And that can all start by having the right social media caption to hook them in and capture their attention and lead them all the way through to that call to action. Before we talk about what's going to become your caption writing best friend, I noticed you haven't subscribed to this channel yet. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, because I'm putting out videos like this every single week showing you how you can use these strategies to grow and scale your business all the way to 7 figures. So I mentioned having stories in your content, that's what's going to captivate your audience. That's what's going to get them to emotionally invest. Now, I've actually created an acronym for you that's going to help you to approach those stories. You ready for it? This is going to become your best friend. It's called the ELSA framework. Now, I know what you're thinking. Elsa, like the Snow Queen? Yes, but for these purposes, do not let it go. And she's going to become your best friend when you use her for every single piece of content that you create. ELSA is an acronym that stands for Epiphany, Lesson, Story, Application. So any piece of content that you create, here's how I want you to approach this. Before you even put a pen to paper or get your fingers on that keyboard, I want you to think of what is the epiphany that you want your audience to have. If nothing else, if they take one thing away from that video, what's that aha moment that they're gonna get? The limiting belief that they're gonna overcome, or something that they never knew before that you just blew their minds with. What's that epiphany? Because that's gonna guide the rest of your content. Now, the L in ELSA stands for lesson. What's the lesson that you can give them? What's the tangible takeaway that maybe they'll be able to go and implement in their life, or share with someone else, or that's just going to give them the takeaway that, gives them the next action steps. Now, instead of just telling them that as in like step 1, step 2, step 3, I don't want you to be like boring Charlie Brown teacher, like wah, wah, wah. I want you to give them that lesson through the S in ELSA is for story. The stories, like I said, are what creates that emotional connection. It evokes the emotion that allows it to be memorable for them. Memories are created based on an emotion. So if you can tell a story that they're going to resonate with, or that can tug at their heartstrings, or can make them laugh, that's what's going to make them remember it, so that that lesson gets driven home a lot easier, and that epiphany moment can be way more powerful. And then the A in ELSA stands for application. What's the next thing that they can do? How can they apply that to their life? Or what's the call to action and the next step that they can take? Are you maybe telling them, hey, now go write down this list of things based on, an exercise you can give them? Or are you saying, go watch this video next, or click the link below for my thing that's going to give you the next step? What's the application that you can then give them next? If you can interweave what you're selling with stories, that is the winning combination. Remember, people invest emotionally before they invest financially. So the 3 key components for any social media caption is the epiphany. What's that big aha moment you want to give them? What objection or limiting belief are you helping them to overcome? A teachable, through a lesson and a story that's going to evoke that emotion, give them the emotional connection before the financial investment. And the strong call to action. What's the next thing that they need to do to take action, to move to the next step, and to connect with you further? If you want to learn more about creating content that turns into cash flow, even on autopilot, I have a free training for you. If you click the link in the description below, I've got that for you for free today, and I will see you on the next video.